met one of those extraordinary people who can redefine the concept of multitasking? The kind of person everyone tells their brothers and sisters, sons and daughters about having become an example of hard work, responsibility, and devotion. Does your organization have one of those people whose quiet hunger for compassionate perfection lifts everyone around him or her? At NCC, we do. Almost everyone meets a few special people on their journey through life. Some of us are blessed with a parent, a teacher, or a friend who has made a difference in our lives. But every now and then you have a person like that who is not uniquely yours, someone who performs an equally important role in the lives of others. And sometimes an outstanding mentor has the ability to spread the seeds of success, achievement and joy, good advice, wisdom and kindness, and can stand as a welcoming sentinel for hundreds of others at the door to each individual's better tomorrow. NCC has thousands of success stories, and we have scores of dedicated faculty and staff behind each one. But we have only one Norma McNerney, a person who has touched thousands of students' lives in an exceptional way. In fact, she has helped many of us in more than one way, and some of us don't even know it.
Welcome to today's edition of Person to Person. I'm your host, Adrian Chantu. Today's guest is Director of Student Life here at Norwalk Community College. That means that she runs financial aid, supervises college forum classes, which she also teaches, and she oversees students' activities. It is with our great pleasure that I introduce to you today Norma McNerney. Hello.
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
I'm good. You are the Director of Student Life here at Norwalk Community College, the head of financial aid, and you supervise and teach college forum classes. In those different capacities, you can frequently be one of the first, second, and even last to help students. How satisfying is it for you to help students get into NCC with financial aid, learn how to succeed academically in the college forum, and then help them build a resume for achievement through student activities once they leave NCC?
It's probably one of the most rewarding jobs that I've ever had. Most of my professional career was in financial aid, and although that's great, you know, you often feel like the millionaire, if you will. You know, you sit there and you try to help as many students as you can. Being the Director of Student Life has really kind of brought my career full circle. Oftentimes in a traditional school, the Director of Student Life specifically handles dormitory situations. But here, it's kind of a unique experience because you're right, I help students come to NCC, I help them succeed through the college forum, and then I also help them stay and develop that resume for their life. So it's extremely rewarding, and I enjoy it very much.
That's wonderful. Many of NCC students receive financial aid. There are federal government programs, state programs, tax credits, senior and military discounts, and NCC Foundation scholarships. Walk us through the different ways a student can get financial help in pursuing an education.
Okay, you know, in financial aid, we always say the primary responsibility for financing an education lies with the family. Once we get past that, you know, reality sets in, and we know that many students, whether it's here at NCC or whether it's at any other institution, they need additional resources. So traditional funding for financial aid comes through the federal, the state, and institutional monies. The student applies by filling out a form which is called the FAFSA. They complete that form, the information is sent to the school, and then we review it. From that document, we get what's called a family contribution. And in very simple terms, we subtract the cost of education, which is tuition, fees, books and supplies, travel, miscellaneous, and living expenses. We subtract from that what the family can pay, and that then becomes the traditional forms of financial aid. But in addition to that, here at NCC, we're really blessed. We really are, because at a community college, to have an endowment the size that we do, it's amazing. I'm able to give students who do not necessarily show need through the FAFSA, I'm able to give those students scholarship money. Last year, we had over $450,000 in scholarship money that we were able to award, and that's based on academics, that's based on major, it's based on other things other than what you, the student, and if a dependent student, what the parents can contribute.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Once you and those who work with you have succeeded in helping students to pay for their education, you also help them make the transition to college life, which includes studying. How does College Forum help prepare students for classes at NCC?
Every student who takes the College Forum, and it is required of all full-time, first-time students, we tell them right up front, it is not an academic course. It's a course to assist them academically. So what we do in that College Forum class is we make them very much aware of the services that are here on campus. We also make them aware of information that can help them, such as study skills, testing skills. You know, you don't take a math test the same way that you take a history test. You don't study the same way for those courses. And so what we do in the College Forum is try to prepare them so that when they are taking those academic courses, they have the tools available to them to be able to succeed. And I might say it is very successful. 85% of the students who take the College Forum return the next semester, and the percentage of those students that get above a 2-point who take the College Forum exceeds the number of students who just come in and don't take the College Forum. So we're quite excited about the program.
Student life is an extremely broad category. Once students have found a way to pay for school through financial aid and then figured out that high school and college are different gigs through College Forum, those who want to differentiate themselves from 1,000 other students with a 3.5, a 4.18 GPA, they can do it through student activities.
Correct. That's right. We have about over 30 active clubs on campus. So if a student wants to come to school and just take the classes and go home, so be it. You know, but we try to get them involved in as many activities as we can. Michelle Brink is my director of student activities, and she really is responsible for programming the different activities. Today we had a presentation because it's February and it's African Culture Month. We have a presentation called In My Shoes, which is documented statements from the slaves. She and the African Culture Club brought that on campus. Students can get involved in that. They can also get involved in the Student Senate, which is not really a club. It's really the organization, the power, if you will, behind those 30-plus clubs. The Student Senate actually gives the individual clubs the fundings that they have to be able to put on activities. That's probably one of the more exciting, although I love all three of my specific jobs. Student activities is really the one that's fun because we take trips, we do a lot of social exciting things on campus. We had a mentalist. We try to give activities that the students will enjoy and also learn from them.
Strong leaders always surround themselves with good people, and if they're lucky, those people appreciate them.
but we are like a family. We work together, and we try to keep the office going with the services that the students need.
Over the years, I've come to know Norma very well and come to love Norma.
Sharing here in the office. I mean, the office is around like our office because when we have a party, we just enjoy what we do, and we include all the people and stuff like that. So we're like a big family.
Norma is fabulous. She is tireless, she's dedicated, she is warm and welcoming, she is a one-of-a-kind person and irreplaceable. Norma is someone who, no matter what the problem is always there to lend a hand. Norma is someone who I personally would not be able to do without. I came to Norma as a part-time person when I was pregnant, and Norma has been an enormous help to me personally with my daughter. Couldn't have done it without her. And professionally, she is by far the best boss I've ever worked for, and is one of the best people here on campus as far as helping students get through the college experience.
You know, she's very caring. You know, I think in some cases she probably cares more about them than they care about themselves, and you know, which is good and bad. You know, I mean, because I'm sure it must wear on her after a while. You know, because I mean, you know, some students will come through, but some students will just kind of let you down and stuff. You know, and you know, but yeah, I really does. She really puts a lot of time into the students, and I'm sure that's why she's here. What keeps her here? Because I'm sure she could be doing other things, but you know, it's just being here for the students and stuff. That's what she's really all about.
So you actually work at a Disney store on the weekends?
Yes, I do. I don't tell too many people that. That's my fun job, and as I just told you, really all three of my full-time jobs are fun, but I've often told people when I retire, and that's not going to be for a while because I have a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old, but for fun, I am addicted to the mouse. You know, I'm a product of growing up with the original Mickey Mouse Club, you know, and I could probably sing all the songs that were on Monday through Friday on the Mickey Mouse Club. But I absolutely enjoy Mickey. We go down every year to Florida. We own a home down there, 2 miles from the Animal Kingdom, which is one of the 4 kingdoms. And I always said when I retired I would end up going down there to work, and somebody said to me, well, why don't you do that for fun here? And I did. 4 years ago I started just working there on the weekends, and you know, if I knew you were going to ask that question, I probably would have worn my ears.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us for today's edition of Person to Person. We have just met Norma McNerney, NCC's Director of Student Life. Norma, it has been a real pleasure talking with you today, and I would like to wish you happiness and success for the future.
Thank you, Adrian.
Until the next time, I'm your host, Adrian Chantu. Thank you again for joining us.
Finished?
Yeah.
This has been a Norwalk Community College student production.